Etude number 15 poses a variety of challenges for us. So one of them is the double stops we are going to encounter on page 2. We have a number of shifts. We have to decide how we deal with each one or each type of shift we encounter. We have bow management challenges. We have bow strokes to clarify, and also the very first note of the etude to find in a way that is very inconspicuous. What I like to do is to have a very soft pizzicato on the B thumb and then tap the D, and that's how I teach my left hand to independently find that note. After that, I focus on the next two notes, note number 2 and 3, for the up bow stroke to be precise, and for that I'm going to use the entire arm. Because that happens a number of times throughout the etude, so it's good to organize it now. In addition to that, we have early on shifting to discuss, and all the shifts going backwards in the first few bars of the etude are to be done, in my opinion, in an anticipated fashion, meaning the left hand will go early and light to the next position, will find and will hear softly the next note in the previous bow, and then the bow will play for real the next bow that particular note. So I'm going to do it slowly now so you can see the mechanics of this kind of shifting. So I always arrive and I hear that note in the previous bow before I change the bow to play it for real. Another feature of this slow practice is that I arrive to a new position, not a new note only, but a position with a prearranged set of intervals, because as I play fast, that will become very useful to have already organized. So now I'll play the same thing at a tempo. I will now switch to bar number 13, where there is a change of mood, which means it's an opportunity musically to make that clear. And what I do now to emphasize the lyrical aspect that we have now from bar 13 on compared to the first 12 bars is I'm going to lengthen slightly the last note in each bow. There was one shift to a high B, and that was a different kind of shift I did. In this case, I did an articulated shift, meaning I had the third finger articulate after it actually found the position through an A that was very softly played by the second finger. This would be called a guide finger, that A note. We now need to clarify bar 33 in the next few bars as far as what bow stroke is best to use. Either a light spiccato or brush stroke, I would say, would be good, so we have the notes on the A string sound as nice as we possibly can make them sound. Moving on to the next challenge, which will be in bar number 51, 52, and 53. Those are all shifting challenges. In bar 51, we are going to have a high C natural that can be once again articulated via a B flat that can be our guide note, very softly played. Afterwards, we have a few shifts backwards that we will do also in an anticipated fashion, as I explained before. So I'm going to practice now from bar 46 to 53 slowly so you can see how the mechanics work. Listen carefully, you see how I hear a little bit early that first note in each position, and that is a security we can use. As we go a bit faster, the same exact technique will be used. Moving on to the next challenge is now time to deal with double stops that we will find in bar number 102, and we have now as a priority to organize a hand into a block every time we go to any position and not think finger by finger or individual double stops. The block will be good to keep all the time organized, and also to have inside the block or inside the frame organized whole steps and half steps, so every time we do anything in this position, it's all in pairs of notes and several intervals that are pre-organized, so we never think about individual notes. I will start now in bar number 100. Challenge has to deal with bow management. We have now, right after double stops, suddenly a very slow bow knee, because we have to fit quite a bit in it, and it is important especially to save during the first two bars. The remaining challenge is once again double stops, and once again it's important that we think of a hand that, especially as we arrive in time position, is pre-arranged. Several intervals are organized before we even play with the bow.